Well, why do we celebrate Labor Day by not working? I mean, I think that's a little strange, isn't it? I mean, what we have to give each other in society is our talent, our skills, and it's wonderful to give as much as you can, with our talents and skills. Wouldn't that be great that people wanted your talent and skills so much, and you couldn't, stop working because you were helping so many people, or was making you feel so good in life? Why would you stop doing something that makes you feel great? And I think that really comes down to what life probably should be about. That more of us are doing something we really enjoy in life so we can contribute it more and we can grow as much as we can. And I think that's possible. You can't do it overnight and change, but there's ways to do it even part-time, full-time, or whatever. And there's money and help now in our society to make that happen, right? Money like that live on while you're going back to school or something like that, or starting a business part-time, or that non-profit you always wanted to do. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to show people how to do that. And I have now custom reports, no matter what you want to do or what you want to accomplish in life. I'll do customized research to show you the money and help that's out there for free that you don't have to pay for that will help you do that. These are grants and loans and direct payments and technical expertise. All this stuff is helpful to do anything if you know where it is. They're not advertised. You'll never find them in Google. So for Labor Day, I'm having a special sale. I'll do this research 25% off for you. Now, it's only good till the end of, oh, that's the train coming. It's only good till the end of Labor Day. On the 5th, September 5th, I give you 25% off, and I charge practically nothing, but I know this stuff so well. I've been studying it for 30, 40 years now, and I'll put together a special report, even with customized video that will show you how to use all these sources, how to get the money and help and information that's out there. Sure, it's not going to happen overnight, and it's going to take some work on your part, but it is there, and it takes effort, and really the joy is in trying. The worst thing in life is doing nothing, because nothing's going to happen. So that's the only thing you really know about life, is that if you do nothing, nothing happens. If you do something, you're not guaranteed, but man, you get a chance at doing it. So go to leskotutor.com, go to our custom report page and use this coupon code and you get 25% off. Wow! Together a report for all the problems you told me about, and I hope it helps. Now, it's a little overwhelming, I know, when you see all these sources and research I did, but you don't have to do everything right away. Look, I got about 35 categories here in the table of contents. Take a look and really, go through it closely. Just look at headlines and skim through, and don't look at a novel that you have to read everything right away. If you read that'd be great, but few of us have that kind of time. But let me go through the items here we have. First thing, because you have a lot of issues, with a debt collector, somebody has your car loan, and wow, let's handle that problem first. You have other things that I want to talk to you about, but here first, there's something right where you live in California. They have offices where they're getting grants to help you with all kinds of financial problems. Particularly, you have debt problems and things like this. They've known it before. They don't charge you anything, and more importantly, they have nothing else to sell you. You're going to Google somebody to get help like this. Man, they're going to find ways to sell you something that you're going to believe you need, because it's hard to compete with the salesman. They practice every day and saying the magic words that are going to make you buy something, and you just wake up in the morning thinking people are honest, and they may be honest, but they're a little honest, like, but here, make an appointment. Here, I got a listing of these people. They're supported by HUD, Department of Housing or Development, and they're professionals. They're not really HUD employees. They're contractors. I got videos there of people who do this. So if you want to scan through those videos, you'll see the kind of people that do this. They're not shysters trying to sell you something or upgrade you or whatever.
I mean, the people I've talked to, 90% of them are really trying to help you and not sell you anything. Now, because you have somebody, an organization, a company, trying to do you mean or bad or immoral or illegal, whatever it is. I mean, you're a lawyer yourself, so you know this. There's always attorneys there that will fight the law for you, and that's their job. But what I find, for people, particularly organizations, that do you wrong, find the people that regulate them. Because everyone's regulated, every business or whatever is regulated by somebody, and people are more afraid, I feel, particularly businesses and organizations, are more afraid of somebody in the federal government than they are of your attorney. Because the attorney could just sue them and get money for you. A government agency that regulates them, if they don't do it correctly or whatever, they can put them out of business. See, it's like you getting a bill from the IRS for $75 or something like that, and the IRS is wrong. Now, you say, are you going to fight the IRS, that bureaucracy? You'll probably just send the $75. So that's the same attitude a lot of corporations take. And that's why if you use the big bureaucracy that will investigate them, see, it costs nothing. They have to investigate if you file a complaint. So that company that you don't like is going to get this letter from a government official saying, hey, what's going on here? Whatever. And they're going to look, it's like their mother calling them, whatever. So I found the two agencies in California, that regulate them. They seem to, one of them may tell you have the wrong office or whatever, but here's a place to start. One that regulates the consumer loan a licensing agency, so they regulate anybody dealing with consumer loans. And I show you the link there to contact them. And the other one is the Attorney General's office, and you may want to start there first. And remember, they'll investigate no matter what. So even if you hire an attorney to do something, do this too. Because it costs you nothing, and it's, God, you never know. Also, I don't know if you could raise money to fight legal battles in crowdfunding. Crowdfunding, that's where you go and tell your story on the web, and people give you money to do that. Well, there's one just for fighting for justice, like you're trying to get, right? So here, I give you the link for that. It's called Funded Justice. And see if something like that. And again, remember, it costs you nothing to try something like this. That's the important thing, man. If it costs you nothing, you got nothing to lose, but time, and that may be a more valuable resource actually. But if you don't have a lot of extra spending money, man, find the time to fight. At least give you satisfaction for taking a punch back, even if you still get knocked out. Okay. Also, there's another company, website that does this. Generosity. There's 1,000 crowdfunding websites, but these two seem to be, at least the one that pop up in my mind and whatever, to be the places to start. You can always go and GoFundMe. I don't think Kickstarter will do something like that, but a lot of the other smaller ones, will do. But Generosity, you'll see, I gave you a link there of people. If you search for legal defense on Generosity, now Generosity.com is owned by Indiegogo, and they're like the second biggest crowdfunding source. And I show you some examples there. Now, the other thing, what I use a lot and go to, is your elected official. Somebody who messes with you. They're like a government office in that they have power over somebody, but they know the system better than anybody else. And see, I have some videos there that show you how to use your elected official and how powerful they are and why they want to work for you. Because, see, they want to work for you because if they help you get that money back or whatever, they call some government agency to have them call this person or whatever, or just call the company themselves from their office. I mean, see, some intern at the congressman's office could call this finance agency, say, this is Congressman so-and-so's office. We want to know what you're doing to our constituent. Man, yeah. Oh, yes, people don't want to mess with the government. They're so afraid of the government, particularly business people, because they're all probably cheating on their taxes anyway. So they're worried about it. It's cheaper to pay you off than to hire an attorney and fight all the bureaucracies, because you have a big company or even a small company fighting some bureaucracy. Man, they could get tied up in tens of thousands of dollars of legal bills. So that's what would come to my mind to start on doing that. Now, the other thing I'm trying to put together, the next group of items are the things that maybe the best places to start for where your situation is. You're not sure your employment and what you're going to do. You got your daughter and is cared for and all this kind of stuff. And so even though you have a degree already, you could, if you're not employed right now, you could still get like $8,000 to train for a new job. So maybe you want to update your skills. Maybe you want to, you have a legal background now, but you want to get, take a 5-month course in, something to do with the law that you don't know yet. So you get that credential and be able to get hired. Well, this is where you get that kind of money. See, professional money, you get it. Anybody can get. Doctors, lawyers, you can be a millionaire and still get this money. So it's $8,000. I got videos there too that show you these people who are handing out the money. They explain it to you, and you see that this isn't make-up stuff. This is real stuff. You gotta go through the bureaucratic hurdles, but what the hell? Who else is going to give you $8,000 and not to? Well, even if you want to change, I give up the law and I want to be a massage therapist or a yoga instructor or whatever, and get money to do something like that. That's what they're too. Now, also remember, particularly, you can get free money to live on while you start your business. And I have a video there that shows you, how this can be done. Now, it's not available in every state, but many states have it, and I give you the listing there of where to find it in your state. Now, there's another thing you may want to, if you're trying to, save money really to do something, you want to buy a house, start a business or whatever, one of the neatest things people don't know about is individual development accounts, IDAs. And this is where if you put in $1 to save for your business, your home, your college, whatever it is, the government put in an extra $5 for you. Or whatever. It varies by the opportunity. These are subsidized by the federal government, by nonprofit organizations, and stuff like that. But nobody knows about them. They don't advertise. So I show you all the places in California where you could get that money. So imagine putting in $1 and you get a $5. Imagine if you went to the casino and bet $1 and you get $5 back every time you bet. Wow, you do that all day, right? So to me, that's the most incredible investment ever, I think, in the history of the United States. Venture capitalists don't do that well. Maybe one out of a gazillion do, but the rest of us don't. And there's a listing there of all the people you can call. All the states, see you're eligible, what programs they had, what's the matching rate they do. Also, now here's something, you're looking for a job or you want to be a freelancer, anything to do or even start your own business, want to make sure you know about what the business development centers. And here's the one for your county there. This is, again, offices, professionals. A lot of times they're with the local universities. They get grants to help you start any kind of business, to help you start a nonprofit, to help you become a freelancer, because they, I'm going to be a freelancer now and I don't know about the laws, or I don't know about taxes or finance or marketing or all this kind of stuff. They help you all that kind of stuff for free. If you Google that, it's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars, and you don't want to. These are people who are doing that for free for you, but you don't know because they won't show up in Google. That's why they show up in my report, because I've been studying this stuff so bloody long. And I want people to know about it. Now, here's another thing that California has, or actually it's everywhere, but the community development financial institutions. When you need money and the banks won't talk to you, go there. These are banks for people who can't get money at banks. Why? Because they get money from the government to make sure these, other people be able to get money. Not just fat cats who go to the bank. But to me, most banks are for people who don't really need money. People really need money. Banks aren't going to give it to them. So that's why we have these banks there. The community development financial institutions. Also, now look in your city in Anaheim. You have 2 cities listed. They help you start a business. So this is, some local programs. I went around and did the research about what's locally there for you. A lot of people see, most of the stuff is happening locally. People say, I'm trying to find Washington, money helping something. No, don't go to Washington, locally, because, see, the federal government gives money, the state government gives money, the local government and everything, so it falls downhill. So that's why you see, this is the office there in Anaheim that helps you start a business. Look how much fun. They employ training funds, employee recruiting assistants, they have technical services, free business workshops and everything. So This is right locally. These are folks, your neighbors, could help you start a business. Also here, rebates. So you were looking for extra money for you too, to solve problems and whether, look at this list. Anaheim has a whole bunch of programs for making your home green. Like even free trees, because trees bring shades, and shades bring shadows and not so much sun, and so you save energy. Or money for weatherization, or free for fluorescent, you know what I mean, fluorescent lights, and those kinds of things. Utility assistance based on income. This is, again, a county program. Who would have think? Look, low-income energy assistance, dusk to dawn lighting, income qualified assistance, weatherization, all this kind of stuff. So that's right at your local level. So make sure you look at all those, see what, and also your local level has, besides Medi-Cal, that you probably know about or whatever, but they have a database of places that you could get health care if you're not covered by Medi-Cal. And these are sliding scale databases for you, for dental, for health care, whatever. So this is a good list to know about, good list to have. And also there's a national database there too. I gave you a listing here for national database of local health clinics. So if you don't find anything in your local database, go to this national one and see what's there, because God, if you don't have good health, then everything's shot in your life. So make sure you keep up on that. And this is a way, if you can't afford the normal kind of health care and you don't have a plan, that look at these sources. Okay. Also, when I was doing this, I remember that there's a national program that where hospitals have to take care of you if you can't afford to pay the bill. It's not every hospital, but here's a database of 147 hospitals around the country that got government money at one time, and because they accepted that money, they got to treat you for free if you can't pay. But they're not going to have a big sign in the hospital, free care, come and get it. So you got to know about it ahead of time. And that's why, so I show you how to find out about that ahead of time. Now here's financial assistance to care for children. Child is still in your house and you need financial assistance for that, that's a local program. Grocery money, that's another local program. Emergency cash relief, you need an emergency cash relief, that's a local program. Here, $40,000 to fix up your home, that's a local program. Now here's something interesting, cash assistance for immigrants. And you're in Orange County. Man, I thought that was the most conservative counties in the world, right? And actually, and they're giving out assistance for immigrants. The head of the Conservative Party or the Republican Party is saying, no more immigrants, or something to that effect, right? And so when I looked at the demographic data in Orange County, and there's like twice as many Republicans as there are Democrats, and still they have a program that gives cash assistance to immigrants. So it's amazing how everybody has a good heart. You just have to find it a little harder than some people. $40,000 again to help your home. Refugee cash assistance. There's that other immigrant thing. Now here's another thing, the 211. Okay, this is free help on anything. See what's if you go to Google and look for something for help on something, paying your bill or mortgage or getting legal help or all this kinds of, you're going to get people going to charge you money if you're looking for that on Google. But if you go to 211, that's a database of nonprofits and government agencies, and they're a hotline. You call them up and just say what you want. See, I have a breakdown there of the kind of help they're categorized. And they got thousands and thousands of organizations, crisis services, family services, income and employment, in resource centers, and mental health, legal assistance, food, healthcare. All these things. Look, I did the database myself, and call. I mean, if you can't find it in the database, just call 211. No matter where you are in this country, you can just call 211. And I thought, look, for rent payment assistance, there's 21 organizations that help you with what rent payment assistance. Here's another one for interpersonal relationship counseling. Wow, you and your housemate are not getting along well. 40 organizations that provide that kind of counseling for free. Who would have thought? You're going to look. I mean, counselors have to make money, so why not get the ones that are getting grants and treat you for free? But you got to know where they are. Okay. Now here's another report. This is download. download this report. It's something we did that shows you how to get a fast $700 in an emergency with no payback, no scams or whatever. Step by step, the process you do. Do not get caught up, with these banks that promise you fast money. People on the internet, the payday loan people, you're going to get billed, 1,000% before they finish with you. So don't you ever use one of them. Look at this download. You download it right there. Also, I have 50 websites for financial giveaway for consumers. Download that. You'll see all kinds of neat things that you could make extra money on and giveaways that the government has that you're not aware of. And then also, here's one of the most important things. The top 25 programs in your state. Okay, this is just for your state of government programs. So I identify, the offices in your state to contact. Look at that list. Everything from collecting child support payment that you don't have to paying your phone bill, your heating bill, cheap health care, missing deposit, unclaimed money, money for a job, all these things. They're all there. Free prescription drugs, right? People don't realize that. A lot of healthcare plans aren't covering it, or co-pays are $1,000 or whatever. Man, look at this for free prescription drugs. There's 25 organizations there, and the links and what to do with it. Then after that list, I also have a video. 25 short videos on each of those programs. So if you're looking, well, what's this prescription drug thing? You look at the video, and that will tell you about the prescription drug program. Okay, so we go through that list. We're going down through the 25 videos. Then we get to the other stuff. Where is it? Okay. Student loans. I forgot to ask you if you have a student loan problem. Most people do. Yeah. And I see you had a lot of education, so you probably do. So I put some stuff in here on what to do if you have trouble paying your student loans. There's new programs out there, and if you go on the internet and say you have trouble with your student loans, you're going to get hucksters finding you that you don't need to talk to because the government will do it for free. You see the first item I have here is telling you, beware, private companies may contact you with offers to help with your student loans for a fee. Remember, you never have to pay for help with your student loans. And that's the government telling you that because they set the rules and regulations. So I take you step by step, what to do with that, how to get your student loan payment reduced. And actually, you could reduce it down to like $5 a month. It depends on your income you're making, And also you can have enough to be forgiven too. You don't even have to pay it all. If you have trouble, financial trouble, learn about these options and don't go to a private organization to do that because they're going to get money out of you. And I even have it there for the plus loans if you have a plus loan because they run a little different. And there's a video that explains your options. Watch that video if you don't do anything else, just so you have that because you probably know people who have this problem, so you could help them. Okay, now here's something that I think we all have to start knowing about. And this is about the gig economy. This is how to make money, without a traditional job. More and more organizations are doing that. People driving for Uber, making $50,000, $90,000 a year, whatever, just with their own car, and they just work whenever they want to. See, this is no boss. You don't have to worry about collecting money because the platform, the website does it all. Uber does it all. You don't have to worry about finding customers because the website, the platform, they find the customers for you. And that's why it's easier now than any time in the history of the world, I think, to be your own employer, your boss. Even though you'll have customers, but you log in and log out whenever you want to. If you used to get a part-time job in this country, man, you used to have to be there every day at a certain day. But people with flexible income, flexible lives, they have to take care of their kids, go to soccer practice or whatever, or work on their artwork or their job that they're trying to start. You just work when you want to. Today I want to work 3 hours in the afternoon. You put yourself available and you do it. And you see the growth in this. This is where the companies are growing. This is where jobs are growing. Like Uber, there's 1 million people that are making money on Uber, but they only have like 2,000 employees. It's all people making money. Airbnb, there's like 1 million or 2 million people making money on Airbnb, but they only have a couple thousand employees. That's it. It's other people that are making money on it. And see, these companies now are worth more than huge companies like Airbnb is worth, I don't know, something like 20 to 40 billion dollars. Hyatt Hotels is only worth 10. So Airbnb is worth 2, 3, 4 times that already, and they've only been around 4 or 5 years. I mean, this is where the jobs are going. It's good or bad. People say there's a lot of things wrong with it, maybe, but that's where the action is. That's where the growth is. And if you keep an eye on what's growing, that's where there's an opportunity. Things that are shrinking, people are fighting for the crumbs. Things that are growing, man, everybody's happier and they're giving stuff away. So that's why it's more fun and easier to do that. And so it shows you the kinds of different jobs you could get like that, where there's Airbnb and those kinds of things. I'll show you. You don't even have to have real estate. You manage other people's empty rooms or empty bedrooms or empty apartment buildings or homes when they're on vacation, and you handle the website for them and share the money. Here's ride sharing, car sharing, delivery services. You could deliver for like Amazon. They're paying $18 to $25 an hour for you to get in your car and take a package somewhere because they want it over, it's out there soon. And again, it's just on an app. You decide when you want to work. Relay rides, DoorDash. Your bike, you have a bicycle you're not using. You can make money off of that. People will come and rent your bike. A guy I talked to doing that, man, he got enough extra money to buy 5 bicycles from that. Also on food, delivering food, shopping for food for people. All this way is an easy way to make money. That people don't realize, and it's all where your skills and talent. Look at all these things, skills and talent. Feastly, Etsy, TaskRabbit, Fiverr, Sparkplug, GigWalk, all these places. You investigate them. That's a new way to work, and people making $300 a month, or $40 an hour, $75 a week. I mean, it's extra money. It's full-time money. It's all kinds of money. Teaching $45 an hour. On Take Lessons, or $300 a month on Skillshare. That's what you have extra money. I mean, gosh, there's so many ways. Babysitting, taking care of dogs. People making $30,000, $40,000 in their home taking care of dogs when people are away. Their pets. Man, that's amazing. Caring for children, seniors, pets, and housekeeping. Another way to make money for Petsy, Rover.com. Moving, bellhops. Gosh, there are just so many ways to do things nowadays. So it's that gig economy, that's doing. And actually, one of the biggest things, we have an item here, is how to get a government contract as a freelancer. Talking about the big gig economy, the government is still the mother of the gig economies. They give more money out for contracts and whatever, for anything. You could be even a lawyer on your kitchen table reviewing things for government offices, or subcontracting, kinds of things. So they hire freelancers or whatever. So all you need is a business card. You're in business. I show you videotapes here of offices you can walk into, and they'll help you find out where those contracts are. It's a pain in the butt to learn, but once you learn it, man, you get the business over and over and over again. That's what's important about it. Like getting a grant or whatever, that's only a one-time thing. Getting a contract, you get it today, it runs out, you get another one, you get another one. My sister does about $1 million in her garage out in the middle of Virginia because she puts frames on their plaques or something like that. Wow, it's amazing what's out there. So be aware of that, and also crowdfunding. Remember, this is a way to finance almost anything. Crowdfunding is almost like $35 billion now. Crowdfunding gives out more money to artists than the National Endowment of the Arts. And remember, the great thing is a place to get money you don't have to pay back. And it's free. It costs nothing to try. And there's no income requirements. There's no credit checks. And you keep the money forever. There's no complicated forms. You get it fast. In 30, 60 days, you got the money. You don't have to put up with fat cat gatekeepers, because the audience, the people out there, tell you if it's good or not some fat cat gatekeeper. That's only the experts, so-called experts. They don't know. And that's why the closer you get to the community, the more you could learn if it's right or wrong and see what's neat, particularly for a business idea or whatever. So you fail, then you try another one. That's it. So it's a great place to fail because it costs nothing. And here's some interesting, and I got videos there of people who in consulting business and whatever have used it to help start their businesses. But here's another thing. Look at the last item there. It's learn why women are 100% more successful than men at crowdfunding. And I have a report there that shows you about 65 women who I've interviewed. They tell you how they've done it, and the data show it's not me just saying it or those women saying it. No. The University of Pennsylvania researchers did the data on this, and women are up to 100% more successful at getting money for their ventures than men are on crowdfunding. Because see, the typical place for particularly business to get money is to go to venture capitalists. Okay, 95% of venture capitalists are men. As a result, 95% of the venture capital money go to men. Crowdfunding is different. Yeah, this is why women are getting more crowdfunding money than men are, because 45% of the people who give money to ideas on crowdfunding are women. So it represents like the population. Almost half the people giving money are women. It's not like venture capital is 95%, right? They can't relate to women. They're all guys. Want to hang around the locker room and slap each other on the ass or whatever they do there. And that's why women are kicking the pants off of men in the new ways of getting money. Well, I gave you a lot of work on. Again, skim through this, pick out the things that you think immediately help, and then dig in the rest, one at a time when you have time to do this. You got enough to keep you busy for a little bit. And if you have any more questions, let us know.
Well, 40-some years ago, man, I came back from Vietnam and I wanted a career. I wanted to make money. I wanted to succeed so badly. I went back and got an MBA, actually. I had the government pay for that. Then I was starting businesses. Man, my MBA was in computer science, and I even had a computer software company that failed. Everything I was doing failed. It was failing. I must have been the only person in the world back in the 70s who had a computer business that failed. But boy, all that taught me so much in life, and taught me how to, really dig within myself, to find out what I really should be doing in this life and how I should be contributing, and how if I dig inside, I can get more than I've ever done before in my life. And that was the key to me success. And that's why I've done a video tutorial about this. And I show you how I did this and how I sold over 40 million books and became a New York Times bestseller and popular infomercials and television shows and all that. And all of that was really just digging inside myself. Not what the people outside said. They don't really know. But if you're interested, if you think you need help on trying to choose, and I still struggle trying to choose the same thing, and I have to go back to those same principles all the time on what really determines success, how to choose the right career, how to choose the right school to go to, how to choose the right job or business, and all these kinds of things. And I put it in this video tutorial for you. And it's here for just a few dollars. I don't try to rip people off. I just want to get the information out. From now until I die, and I just got so much to give. And I think we all should be doing that. And that only happens when you find the right thing to give at. That's what I want to help you do.
Well, hi, and thanks for allowing us to help you get some better skills to get a better job there in Bakersfield, California. And I know it's difficult, and boy, the job market is tough out there, and if you don't have any skills, it really is going to just get tougher. So here I put together some places to check, and remember, all these places I'm giving you, man, I haven't walked in personally and checked. I mean, they're around, I've found them, but I haven't checked the specific criteria, how you would apply. So that's what you have to do, really. Take this list that I have and contact each one of those people. And the way to do that is in person or on the phone. Get a hold of somebody. Just try not to do it all on the internet, because you won't get the facts. And the more importantly, when you contact these people, it's not so much important that they're going to give you stuff, because that's what you're hoping for. But if they don't, you got to get some other information from them. They're in the business of training people people and getting people better jobs. So if they don't have something for you, what you have to leave with, if you don't leave with money or a job or training or something like that, you have to leave with a lead, like some other potential source of money and help for you to get a better job. And that's what it's all about. See, what I give you really, they may help, but more likely they're going to lead to something that I didn't even know about. That's what information is like in our world. Man, nobody knows what really is out there. It's just too big and complicated. So what I do is cut down, if you go and Google this kind of stuff, job training or whatever, you're going to get 20 million websites. So I boil it down here for a dozen or so, that you should contact, because these are your best opportunities that are publicly available, and then see where that leads you from there. So don't forget, you contact them and then you ask them, hey, well, if you can't help me, who do you think can? Okay, the first one here is get $8,000 to train for a new job or learn a new skill. And this is a federal state program. Every state, county, whatever has one. I have 2 videos there that explain the whole process. That's a video I've done of somebody who runs the program here in the state of Maryland. So what they do is it's all about you getting a job and training for a new job. So they got $8,000. They could send you a trade school or whatever, and it's terrific. And there's the link, for the one in Bakersfield. So call them up, try to talk to somebody, tell them you need training for a new job, and see where that goes. Now, also I found, and this is on a hotline called 211. If you put it, I should go back and put the link in here so you have it too before I send this out to you. But the 211 hotline in Bakersfield there, you put in job training or something like that, and you get a list. And this is the list you get. One is a job training for workers over 30. So this is an organization that just concentrates, and I assume you're over 30, unless you have a real deep voice for a young man. Contact them. Okay, and again, if you can, go see them in person or whatever. If not, at least over the telephone to get it out. Okay, now also, you have a disability, so I found people with disabilities to help people with disabilities in job training. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just for people with disabilities. And then here's something that at the community college there's an organization, they work with the community college, or actually it's Bakerfield's college. I guess they're more than a community college, and they have a whole bunch of short-term training programs, and that's what's made it. They're called West Tech, WESTEC, and they're hooked up with the community college, so they're not, going to be some rip-off for-profit universities. They're the ones you want to stay away from unless somebody's paying for it and it's not you with a government loan. One thing, no matter where you go to any of these places, do not get a government loan. Make sure you beat the bushes on everything. Anybody says, yeah, you can come here and you'll get a great job, as long as you get a government loan to give us to train you to get a good job, do not do that. At least that's mine. I mean, maybe there's cases you have to, but that's going to be a rare exception. Okay, so check with them. And then also go to Bakersfield College, because they have a special section just on certificates. This certificate means not a degree, not 2 4-year degrees. This is just a couple weeks, maybe a couple months or from it. So something to you to learn a skill to get a job that's in demand. Now they have a listing here that I copied of all their certificate programs. Man, look at them. It's amazing, whether it's from business to fire technology, human resources, AutoCAM, all this kind of thing. You could learn a real, skill, even like in healthcare or something like that. I mean, for a couple months or 6 months or whatever, and it'll be nothing usually, because you can get government money to pay for that. If you can't, just be leery. Again, do not pay for something unless they're going to pay, because you're out of work and you need a job. Okay, look at all these things, electronics, cabinet making even. Man, see, a lot of these skills are going away. Even these traditional trade jobs, people think they need a degree of 4 years, and they don't. Man, you can make a good buck if you have a decent skill, and that's what this is trying to do too. Okay, now also, if you do want to keep working on your degree, you don't have to go to a normal university. I mean, here's a wonderful university. It's called University of the People. They're accredited, they're very reputable, and they're free. It's the most amazing thing I think I've ever seen in education in our country since I've been alive. Man, especially now people are paying $50,000 and they only carry degrees in computer technology, business, management, and healthcare. But you could do it all online by the reputable people. You get a reputable, I mean, I just saw they're in conjunction with Berkeley, California school, so you could go to grad school there, with no problem and everything. It's just amazing to me what's available now, like that. If you know, but see, if you Google, go to college or something, you'll never find these people because, see, the people who get money from you are spending a lot of money on Google to make sure you see them and not these people. Okay, I'll say here's another thing you may not worry: get a job at Starbucks because there you can get they'll pay for you to get a degree online from the University of Arizona, a very reputable university, and they have hundreds and hundreds of different degree categories you can get a degree in, and that's a terrific opportunity too. Then I put in here 25 of the top government grant programs, that you should be aware you're doing. You're low income, you don't have a lot of money, you're not taking vacations in the Bahamas, so make sure you investigate all this. Extra money to pay for groceries or your cell phone or buy a house even if you wanted to, but prescription drugs, all these kinds of things that you're not even getting. If you have trouble paying out of pocket for prescription drugs, make sure. And that's another thing, if you need healthcare information, is to go to your county office of health and ask them about options that are available there, or come back to us and I'll point you to some places. So extra things that are around there. So I put all those in there. And then I have videos of each of those 25 programs. We have video tutorials on it. They're only a few minutes a piece, so if one of the programs interests you, you can just look at the video and find out more about it, before you contact them. Well, I think that will get you in trouble for a little bit, but your career is probably the most important thing now, because that means if you start getting a regular income and doing this every day, I mean, there's 100 things I'm sure that you could worry about, but if you focus on the things that are most important, and that's probably getting trained or getting a skill that gets you a decent job for the rest of your life. So let us know if we can help more. Well, hi! I want to add some things that to the report that May put together for you. She put a bunch of things together to help you find money for your business. But looking at your website and everything, I just thought I'd add some things that come to my mind. One, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Google gives $10,000 of free advertising money to people, but it's nonprofit organizations. And I'm just wondering, there's two things about about that. It's $10,000 a month. They sign up as a nonprofit, and I know you're not a nonprofit, but just think if you found a nonprofit, say a local church, community group, homeless shelter, whatever, because you have industrial products, and I'm wondering if they sold them for you as a revenue, to make money for their nonprofit, and you'd be able to use $10,000 a month to advertise them selling your products, and you share the money with them. I mean, that's a possibility, or even if you wanted to learn how to advertise on the internet and get $10,000 a month to learn how to do that, and Google, give you that money as a nonprofit. But here's what you do: you get your person to use that money and work with a local nonprofit on how to use it to raise money for them, not sell your products, but really just fundraising for them. In other words, you could even hire an intern or something like that, somebody who wanted to get experience in learning how to market on the web. And that would be a way to get $10,000 a month that you could learn. Wow, where else are you going to get that? I mean, you go to an MBA, it costs you $50,000. And here you get real life experience of spending money on the internet, seeing how to make money by spending money on the internet. Man, there's no better deal than that. So that may be interesting to you as a web-based company. Also, I don't know, watch this video here I have on how not to pay for advertising on the web. Maybe you're already aware of this, but I have made a lot of money we're using media web and otherwise, but I don't pay. I share. So if you're going to give me a sale, I'll give you half the money or whatever it is. I'll split what I get with you. It's sort of like when my books were in the bookstore, they got half the money. So anybody can sell half the money. So if you've seen my ads on TV, it's really because I don't pay for the advertising, because you don't know what works. See, if you pay for advertising, and you're going to be out of business before you figure out what works. And so the way not to be out of business is to share with somebody. Okay, if somebody says, "Hey, advertise here, you'll be a millionaire," say, "Well, I'll give you $500,000. So advertise, and I'll share the money with you." So that's really the way to stay in business. Watch that video about that and explain. And then I'll show you how to use the affiliates, how to use websites and other things, or to do searching and find people that run your ad and they get money. Also, another thing about getting marketing help. I mean, if you Google about marketing help to sell on the internet, you're going to get people want to sell you stuff. Well, there's enough free help. You don't need that. Again, the way to stay in business marketing anything is not spending money. So here I'll show you a couple places where you could get a free marketing expertise. One, a place I use and I'm on, is officehours.io. And if you put in marketing experts there, you'll see all these people that are marketing experts. So you don't have to pay $500 to go to some course or whatever. For 10 minutes, people give you the best off the top of your head, and that's really probably about all you need to figure it out yourself, just to make sure that what you're thinking about is real, and that you could take it to the next step yourself. Another thing, a way to learn about this is through meetups. I don't know if you know about meetup.org. This is a place that you can put internet marketing. I did it here for Washington, D.C. area. And there's dozens of people that meet for free and they share ideas, other people trying to market on the internet. It's just learning a skill or tip or whatever, instead of paying, a couple $1,000s to somebody who is, says they're an expert, and they're really not. They maybe got lucky once or whatever, things like that. And the way you learn it is just by playing the game yourself. And the problem is sometimes you need money to do it. So there's other ways like this. Now here's another guy who interviewed me, and you can watch our interview. He loves helping people, sell on the internet and starting their businesses and growing. Sweet guy, he does this, out of the goodness of his heart, and he has a big stable of people doing that. So it's a way to get it for free. Now here's something I think that's very valuable for you, is government contracts. I looked at your website and you're selling, supplies and things like that, that looks like the government buys more of that stuff than anybody else. Man, you'll send more to them, than you will, on the internet somewhere. And see, they also have grants. They give small businesses grants to figure out how to sell to the government. I mean, it may take you 6 months to figure this system out, but once you figure it out, man, you got meat for a long time. I mean, you build a whole career. My sister, does framing in her garage somewhere in the middle of Virginia, makes $1 million out of that. Just a government contract. It's over and over. That's why, to me, they're better than grants, because a contract, when you learn that system, you can get it more and bigger and bigger. A grant, you get one and you're gone. Now, and there's 3 videos I have, interview people who are experts on that. I don't know about crowdfunding, but I put some information on that, and it's growing. This thing is exponential, and I'll show you how even small businesses are getting it to finance their businesses in all kinds of ways. I mean, this little, a small entrepreneur needed money to travel to a conference, got money for that. Consulting businesses, they get $100,000 to do their business, all kinds of businesses. So I got examples there, and then I listed some private grants, pay like FedEx and things like that. There's not a whole lot from private companies on grants. And then to make sure, May has it in her listing there, your local small business development centers. I have videos here that show you how, because that is better. They give marketing help, technology help, any kind of, do that free. Now here's the other thing that's really important, is your loans. You're looking for low interest loans. Okay, things like here, Zip Kiva, that's a 0% interest loan. You're not going to get it cheaper than that anywhere else. Because these are nonprofits. These are alternative sources of loans. The big companies, all, the banks and everything, you're paying money to some fat cat to belong to a country club. These aren't. Here's another one where Starbucks gives money to community banks to lend it at more forgiving rates. These are loans where people can't get loans anywhere else. So look at the ACCION. ACCION. That's again for low-income people who can't get loans anywhere else. That's what that is. That's where you should be investigating loan, not in traditional sources or if there's a government subsidized loan. But many of these are going to. Who's going to give you less than 0% interest loans? So look at all these. And now here's a loan. You don't even have to fill out a form. No, there's no financial statements you have to fill out or anything like that. It doesn't matter about your credit rating. They just want to know, do you have customers? And that's good enough to do that. So check out these alternative loans. Check out what May sent you and let us know if you need more.
I'm giving a 25% discount for Labor Day, so you have something better to do with your labor. That's right. I mean, when you look at the average person, they spend 8 hours sleeping, right? 8 hours working, and 8 hours doing other stuff. So that means half of your working life is contributing somehow with labor. And so wouldn't it be great if you were doing something you really enjoy? Because then you could do it more, and you can have fun doing it. And that's what I'm trying to show other people. And what I'm doing is having a sale, a 25% discount sale from now until the end of Labor Day. So you could find something really that you feel is important to do with your labor. Maybe starting a new career, getting that education to do it, or starting a business or a nonprofit organization, or just clearing up all your bills. See, all my custom research that I do for next to nothing, I'm discounting it 25%. This is the custom stuff. So I'll show you exactly where in your neighborhood you can get the money and help to start a business or start your nonprofit or go back to school or get free money to live on to do all that stuff. So why should Labor Day be a place where we don't want people to labor when actually what we do with our labor is probably the most important gift we have in our community. So the more we're giving, in our labor, man, the better the community is. And the trick is finding something that you really want to give a lot to. And that's what I want to help people to do. So go to Lesko Tutor and look at custom research, and I'll find out where you can get the help to do it. And I'll give you a 25% discount until the end of Labor Day.